Now this is the most detailed and in-depth review of the Samsung Galaxy A05 you will ever see. Now I can make that bold statement because I have been using this phone for about a month now. I've also actually received 2 updates that have optimized very vital aspects of this phone. So all of this is what I'm going to be talking about in this video. So scratch all those other reviews you have seen. If you are ready, let's go. I don't want to bore you with anything about the design of this phone because when you look at it, it just looks like every other Samsung device. Since Samsung decides to unify all the designs of their phone, it's so hard to tell them apart. But the build is made of plastic, both the rear and the sides, and of course the front is made of glass. It has a matte finishing, so you really don't have to struggle with anything like fingerprint smudges or dust. Other than that, the input, output, and all of the cutouts around the phone are all placed in the same position that you're already used to. Now let's talk about the display. It's a 6.7 inches PLS LCD display that has a 90Hz refresh rate and a 1080 by 2400 pixel resolution. Now what that means is that whether you're viewing video content or you're scrolling through social media, you definitely have one of the best experiences you can have because the colors should be very good and the contrast ratio will also be pretty impressive. However, there are some downsides to this display that must be explained. The first being the fact that you cannot switch between refresh rate. So it is set at 90 and you don't have any option to change it. Now while this may be a good thing because the phone gets to actually determine the best refresh rate for what you are doing at a particular point in time, but then going by the fact that Android is very flexible and allow its users to determine most of the functions that they need or don't need, I think it actually goes a bit against that MO. Yeah. Now the second downside for most people will be the U notch. For most people, they are clamoring for the circular cutout for the front-facing cameras, but I think it's time for us to actually get used to the fact that this is Samsung's identity, and I'm not sure they're ready to do away with it anytime soon, mostly when it comes to low-entry mobile phones. And then the third part that you may not like about the display is the chunky bezels below it. But once again, when you consider the price point of this phone, really there isn't so much you want to complain about. Now remember I mentioned that I've actually received 2 updates that have optimized 2 very vital aspects of this phone. One of those aspects is in terms of performance. The 6nm Snapdragon 680 processor is what powers this device. And firstly, that is like the best processor you can get when you consider the price point of this phone. Other similarly priced devices like the Infinix Hot 40 comes with the Helio G88, which is a 12nm processor, hence it's not as energy efficient as the Snapdragon 680 that we have on this device. But then what has changed since the time I received the second update? Before now, when I'm taking pictures, I can't view the pictures I just took as quickly as possible before taking the next one. Like I have to wait for some annoyingly long period of time before I can view a picture I just took. But honestly, since the second update, it's been very snappy in the sense that I can actually just take a picture and view it, then take another picture almost immediately, which really improved my user experience since I have been using this phone. Other than that, the phone feels really snappy. Switching between applications is fast. And at this point, I really want to say if you want to get this phone, you should actually be getting the 6 gigs RAM. Because the 4 gigs RAM may be okay, but honestly, when it comes to putting this phone under real performance test, the 4 gigs RAM is sometimes just not enough. Now, another thing that have been optimized and have been better since I've been using this phone for the past 1 month is the cameras. Of course, it comes with a 50 megapixel main camera, a 2 megapixel macro camera, and another 2 megapixel depth sensor. But when I first started taking pictures with this phone about a month ago, the picture processing was very inconsistent. But after the second update, I actually went out 2 days ago to take some pictures with this phone. And as you can see right now, they came out really consistent. The colors were properly highlighted, and generally speaking, the pictures came out really decent. Now, these are even more pictures I took with this phone. Now, switching to the front is a 13 megapixel sensor, and this is how selfies taken with it looks like. Now, they may appear a little oversaturated or whitish in color, but the fact remains that when you consider the price point of this phone, there isn't really so much you can complain about. So honestly, when I compare the camera functionalities to what it was about a month ago, there was a huge difference. So believe me, if you're buying the Samsung Galaxy A05s right now, you'll be getting better cameras and of course, way improved performance. Now, other good stuff you'll be getting with this smartphone include 4 years of software support. That means even though it comes out of the box with Android 13, you can get from 14 up to 17 and an extra 1 year of security update. You also get a 5000 mAh battery that supports up to 25 watts fast charging. Well, even though you don't get the charger in the box. And then also you get very good stereo speakers that produces very good audio, a very fast and responsive side-mounted fingerprint, and lastly, a very efficient but not so secure face unlock system. So there you have it, everything you need to know about the Samsung Galaxy A05s before you buy it, or even after you have gotten it. Now, if you want to buy this device, all you just need to do is click the link in the description of this video, and it will take you to any of my social media pages where you can chat with me or any of my staff for you to order this device, and it will be delivered to you anywhere that you are here in Nigeria. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to get to see more balanced reviews like these ones. And of course, I'll see you in my next video.